Hello, this screencast is about coefficient and y-intercept. So far that we learned with linear relationships, all equations are written in this form y equals mx plus b. We have known that m as the constant rate of change and the b as the starting value. But there are other names for them as well. The b value can be known as the y-intercept. That is the place where the line crosses the y-axis. Y-intercept is a better name for the b value because not all graphs will start at the y-axis. Some start before, like this one. Sometimes, to save time, we're just going to refer to the b value as just the number, but it's actually a coordinate point where it's 0, then the number. If you look at this example, you will see that the y-intercept is 0, 1. The coefficient is the number that's multiplied by the independent variable in the equation. So that's the m in y equals mx plus b. We refer to that as the constant rate of change, but another name is coefficient. If we look at this example on this graph, we know that the constant rate of change happens when the x's are counted by ones, and in this example they are. It's whatever the y's do. So if the x counts by ones, the y's increase by 1. That makes our m value 1. That's the constant rate of change, or another name for it will be coefficient. If we put these two things together, the constant rate of change and our y-intercept, we could write an equation for this line. It is y equals our constant rate of change, or coefficient, which is 1 times x, plus our y-intercept, which is going to be 1. A shorter way to write this equation is just y equals x plus 1. A lot of times in algebra, we do not use 1 times x. We'll just write x because that represents 1x. We continue on to the bottom of your paper, you will see these examples. We want to be able to identify the coefficient and y-intercept in equations. I'll do the first two with you. So if we look at the equation, we know that the coefficient is the same thing as the constant rate of change, and the coefficient is found as the number multiplied by the variable. So in this case, it's going to be 6. The y-intercept is the number that is added onto the equation because it's the b value. So in this case, there's nothing added on, but we could add on 0, and it would not change the equation. That makes our y-intercept 0, or the coordinate point of the y-intercept 0, 0. This relationship that's linear is also proportional because it has a y-intercept of 0, 0. We'll look at the next example. The coefficient is the number that's multiplied by the independent variable, which is going to be 0.5 or 1/2. And the y-intercept is the number added on, which is 5. So we're going to write that coordinate point as 0, 5, because that is the place where it will cross the y-axis. Pause the video for a little while and try the next two examples on your own. So continuing on, we'll find that the coefficient is the number before the independent variable. So in example 3, it's 2.5. And the y-intercept is the number added on. This one has a number that could be added on as 0. So that makes our y-intercept 0, 0 again. Again, this is another proportional relationship. Example number 4, we see the coefficient as that number right before the independent variable, which in this case is -12. And our y-intercept is the number added on, which is 144. So our coordinate point is going to be 0, 144. That's the place where it will cross the y-axis. These next examples are not on your paper, but it's good to see how the equations relate to the graph. So you can see that this equation up here, that is a equals 10, has a y-intercept of 0, 10. And it is a flat line because it does not have a number multiplied by the independent variable. If we had the independent variable there, which is x, we would have to multiply it by 0. That makes the coefficient of x, or the constant rate of change of x, as 0. That's why it's a flat line. Again, the number added on is 10, which is the y-intercept, or the place which is the y, or the line crosses the y-axis, which is 0, 10. Over here, we can see that our equation has a coefficient of 0.5 and a y-intercept of 0, 5. And you can see that 0, 5, which is right here, is the place where it crosses the y-axis. On this equation, we have a coefficient, which is the constant rate of change of 2. And we do not have a number added on, because that number added on could be plus 0. That makes the y-intercept 0, 0, and that's why the y-intercept is at the origin here. The same thing for this equation down here. The y-intercept is 0, 0, because there's no number added on. Or if we added a number on, it would have to be plus 0. This coefficient is 2.5. This equation looks a little interesting, and d equals t. And you probably can think that d is the distance and t is the time. Well, we know that time is the independent variable, so it would be on the x-axis. And d is the distance, so that would be on the y-axis. If you look at this, we know that it's plus 0, so the y-intercept is 0, 0, and that's easy to see. It's a little hard to see the coefficient, though. The coefficient is going to be 1, because 1 is the only number you can multiply by t without changing it. And if you look down here, we can see that every time the x value increases by 1, the y changes by 1. So that makes the constant rate of change 1. And we remember that the constant rate of change and the coefficient are the same thing. On this graph, it looks way different than the rest of the graphs because it's a decreasing graph. That's because the coefficient is a negative number. That's what makes the graph decrease. This number right here is the y-intercept. That makes this 0, 100. That's the place where the line will cross the y-axis. Hope this helped you understand a little bit about y-intercept and coefficient and how they relate to equations and graphs.